Hey, what's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Peggy is inside Target right now. It's just 2 shopping days till the cruise. And so some last minute items and stuff like that is gonna have to get picked up. Now there's probably a few more items I need to, but I'm just gonna hold off to the last possible minute, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, DJ and I are sitting out here in the truck. So this is a great time for another edition of Waiting in the Truck for Peggy. Still no theme music yet. So what am I doing today? Well, Target just so happens to be located directly across from a donut shop. Y'all know I fell in love with the Texas kolaches. That's how they say they pronounce it. So I'm just gonna keep on saying kolaches. And I've been getting mine from a place called Yankee Donuts, but that's not the one that's located here next to Target. This one is a place called Bakery Donuts. I don't know if that's just the name or they just said what they do, but that's the only sign up front. Bakery Donuts. And of course they sell kolaches, as every donut place in Texas does. So I guess I'm gonna start making comparison between kolaches. Got a little bag here. You can't read it because it just says life is better with donuts. So they had 2 different sizes. They got the small ones and the large ones. So instead of getting the large one, I got 2 smalls. 1 sausage and cheese, 1 sausage and jalapeno cheddar. So kolache, it's so hot. And it's so soft. Is there any steam coming out of that? I don't know. The bread is super nice. Not enough cheese for me to even call it cheese. It just feels a little disappointing. But the bread is delicious. I can just eat these rolls non-stop every day. Yeah, I'm gonna end up taking the filling out and giving it to DJ, and that's gonna eat the bread. Oh well. Yankee Donuts is still on top. So Yankee Donuts 1, Bakery Donuts 0. Here you go, buddy. So what are we doing? What I usually do when I'm waiting to check for Peggy is I go to like Instagram and stuff, or I play some chess, or I play my Pokemon, something like that. And if I come across something interesting, I like to share it with you guys. Well, I saw a very interesting post on Instagram. If I can find it, I'm gonna try to put a little clip of it or a shot of it right here. But this young man says he grew up in like South Carolina, grew up somewhere in the South, and he was always taught to have manners. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Hold the door, pull out chairs, all that good stuff. Just Southern manners. Well, he moved to LA to work on his music business or his music career. And he would hold the door open for somebody and they'll just walk on through. Like, he used to people saying thank you and just walking through when they hold the door. But he would hold the door for somebody and they'll walk on through, and he thought about saying something but thought better of it. He kept holding the door and people just kept on doing it, just kept walking through. And so eventually he got mad enough the way he said, you know what? I'm not going to be holding doors open anymore. So he stopped holding doors open. Some years went by and he's getting more and more successful in his music career. He decided to go home and meet with mama, meet with the family and everything, and go hang out. He walks out of the store, walks out of a restaurant. There's a lady walking behind him, and he does not hold the door. Now, he's back in the South, and he did not hold the door. And the old lady said, baby, you're not going to hold the door open for me? And he was just like struck. It was like he felt like a total heel. He felt like the bad guy. And he said, sorry, ma'am, I am going to hold the door for you. And she was just like, thank you, baby, and walked on out. And he said, you know what? I have learned my lesson. There's this old idea that the world can take your smile away. The world can take your joy away. But you can't let that happen. And you can't let them take your goodness away. That was a very strong lesson to me. I know if an old lady asked me, like, You ain't gonna hold the door open for me, baby? I would have felt so bad because I grew up in the South and I was raised to have manners and respect my elders and all that stuff, hold doors and stuff. And you could tell that he was drastically affected by that. Now, even though he had to go back to LA, he said, I'm just gonna keep holding doors open. You don't do it for the thank yous, you do it because that's the way you were raised, and that's just being a good person. So I thought that was a very, very interesting story. I thought that was a very interesting tale, and one I can really identify with. So how do y'all feel about that? Don't let the world take your joy away. And it's just some of the things that goes through my head while I'm waiting in the truck for Peggy. Hey, what's going on, fam?
Hey, family.
So as you just saw, we did make it to Orlando. Right now, we're coming to you from the cruise ship because we want to give you a recap because a lot of things happened from the last time I started talking to you guys.
Yes.
Okay, so the last thing I said was we still had one more day of shopping for me to get everything, and I was able to go out there and find all the last minute items. So that part is positive. I'm going to try to stick to as positive as possible, but there's just a lot that happened. This is almost a vacation that wasn't. We can almost call this the vacation that wasn't. Booked through Priceline. We found out a few hours after I shot the last part. Booked through Priceline. They did not have our seat reservations. They did not have our reservations for our seats on the plane. All kind of apologies. Telling they're gonna give us a refund once we get back. We had to go ahead and make our purchases again. Got to the airport. Went through the whole process of getting our board things labeled, got onto the plane as you saw, and we sat on the tarmac for over 2 hours. Delays. It was some rain. You can see the rain here. It was raining a little bit, but other planes were taking off, like Spirit Airlines. Kudos to you guys. Spirit was taking off.
Spirit say nothing stop us, baby. We gonna go.
But we were just sitting on the tarmac waiting, watching as other planes took off and everything. We were flying on American Airlines. So we finally took off. We were supposed to take off at 6. We ended up taking off at 8:05. Yes, we boarded at 5:30. Supposed to take off at 6. We ended up taking off at 8:05. We had a connecting flight that was supposed to be at 9:15 in Dallas Fort Worth. We landed in Dallas Fort Worth at 9:15. Now you know good and dang well you're not going to be able to shuttle your plane in, dock, get off, and get to the next spot in less than a minute. So of course we missed our plane, our connecting flight. So I went to customer service. You see me here. We went through. They booked us on flights. Again, we had paid for reserved seating, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. They gave us seats that were far apart. Me and Peggy were not gonna be able to sit together. Okay, that's all part of the whole travel deal. They said you're gonna be leaving out of gate A25 at 12:30, at 12:58, which is about 3 hours after we got there. We got there we finally got out of customer service around 9:45, and they said our plane's gonna be leaving at 12:58 at gate A25. So we're sitting there at gate A25. It comes up to like 12 o'clock. Nothing. Let's go verify. Nope, they moved us. A9. Baby, grab your stuff. Walking all the way through the airport. We get there and they already started boarding on our plane. All I can say is I'm thankful that we checked. It was Peggy's idea to check. I'm just being like, well, they said this gate, so let's stay here. Peggy said, you sure you don't want to check, Donald? I'll go check, but they said right here. I checked, had to come back with my tail between my legs. Yeah, baby, we gotta move. We gotta move now. We moved, got on the plane, and we made it safely. So there you go. It put a bad taste in my mouth for American Airlines. It was the very first time we ever flew American Airlines. We were talking to our cruise mates and cruise buddies about it, and they said they're not fond of American Airlines, and I am not fond of them either. So I don't know. It was very, very. It had gotten to the point that where we was thinking maybe we're just not supposed to go.
After so many things happen, you feel that way, because I'm like, is something trying to tell us that we shouldn't go on this trip? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the last thing that happened that just really scared us was we were on the elevator with our friends because we were all staying at the same hotel. The elevator got stuck.
We got stuck on the elevator.
We were on the elevator, and I'm just like, I was like, this cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. I was like, yeah, this is not real.
This is not made up,
This is not real. But see, my thinking behind it was, okay, we're going out to sea, and there are several hurricanes out there. I'm like, is something trying to tell us to go back home? Because I told Donald, I was like, after the elevator incident, I was like, if anything else happens, we're going home. Because I was like, you ain't got to give me too many signs. We already had 5. Yeah. And we don't need no more. And I was like, if anything else happens, we're out. We're going back home. And so, thank God enough, because I was like, this has been weird. This has just been totally weird. And so after that, the light shined down on us after we got off the elevator, and we've been enjoying ourselves ever since.
Yeah.
So we're not flying American back home. We're going back with United. So hopefully, because we've flown with United before, so we're hoping that everything goes okay. Now, you can't complain because there were people who had been there for 2 days.
Yeah.
There were people, because it's storms everywhere, and, people were trying to get to Mexico, and one lady just broke down crying because she was like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, what am I supposed to do if my plane is not leaving till tomorrow at noon?
Yeah.
She was like, I don't have any money. I don't have any food. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. I don't know what I don't know. And so when you hear these stories,
exactly.
Because everybody we were talking to, like every flight, I promise you, every flight had been delayed. No flight got through from American, and I don't know what it was. Like the lady next to us who was taking reservations and stuff. I don't know the lady that stands there and call you up and scans you, or whoever that lady was behind the desk. She was so upset with it. She was like, okay, so I'm going to explain to you guys what happened. She was just like,
she was mad.
She said the mechanics are telling us that the plane can't fly right now. It needs to be grounded. But the pilot is saying, we're going anyway. And she was like, now, who do you think you want to listen to, the mechanic or the pilot?
And this is the lady on the PA
This
system.
is the lady who works for the airline. And she was like, so we have to wait for the powers that be to tell us to ground the plane. Do you know they did not ground that plane?
They did not ground that plane. Those people
the
took off.
pilot said, we're going, and they went.
I wouldn't have got on that plane.
And I wouldn't have either, because no. And she was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She was like, the mechanics are going to work on the plane for a little while, so she gave everybody little vouchers to go
dinner
eat.
vouchers.
And she was like, yeah, I'll be back in 2 hours and we're going to take off. And that was that.
Yeah.
So it was just really weird. But like I said, we're here. We're having a good time. I don't want y'all to think that we're complaining.
No,
we're not.
No.
But, you know, things happen and we just want to share it with you. It was just, it was a little trepidation getting here.
Yes, because there are stories that are way worse than ours. There's a lady who was flying in for a cruise day of. Her cruise got canceled. Her flight got canceled, so she wasn't able to make the cruise.
Yeah. So when you walk through the hallway, because you know when you get on Carnival Cruise, they will have your key at the door for you to come in, and it's a lot of keys out there.
There's a lot of keys still
sitting there. A lot of people didn't make it in, and you feel bad for them because it was out of their control. But one thing I've learned is you never book a flight the day of your cruise, because if you can't get here by 3 p.m. the day of the cruise, you're out.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel bad for people, and I know because now the reason why we know this is because we're in a Facebook group, and a lady, she wrote in there. Now they have been telling the same lady, it's like, you can't do that, but she found such a really good deal on a flight. She was like, oh, if it leaves at 6 a.m, I'll have plenty of time. And they was like, but you can't go by that because you got to think this weather, these hurricanes and stuff like that. And she was just like, no, I'll be fine. And everybody tried to tell her. And so she had to write in the group, I hope you guys have a good time because our plane is not leaving till tomorrow. And she was like, it's 12 hours away and it's already 10 o'clock. There's no way we could drive and get there fast enough. And she said, we just lost out. And so I feel bad for her, but you just don't do it, especially spending the money that you spend to take a cruise. I'm not going to risk it. I mean, and she probably did it before and it worked out for her. Yeah. She probably did it before, but you just can't do that.
No, you can't.
So anyway, that was enough of that.
So that's what happened with the whole thing. But we made it in. We made it in a day early. So you know we're not gonna come to Orlando without Peggy getting to go see at least something Disney.
Something Disney.
So Peggy and two of our cruise buddies are big Disney fans, so
but they have me beat. They're really fanatical about it. I love it, but they love it.
They have the annual memberships and go to the park on a regular basis and stuff like that. So it was not going to happen. So one of our buddy Rodney, we ran the van and we took us all to Disney Springs. We went inside, saw the sights, had a great dinner.
Yes, we did.
We had a great dinner of fish and chips, and everybody is laughing. Everybody is telling good stories, and we're feeling like the whole thing is washing away. Together. The whole thing is washing away. After we had dinner, listened to some music at the dinner, we went to the Disney World store, and it was like a playground. I'm going to show it to you right here because we went inside and there was everything. So let me go ahead and show you what the Disney store looks like, and then we'll come right back and close this video. So yes, they was in there. Peggy, I was able to get. I came out first. I was the first one to come out, and some of the other ladies started coming out. Peggy's still in there with the biggest Disney fan, Michelle.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle. You know.
Hey.
They still in there. I made a phone call and they came out. So
Yeah.
it was easier than I expected, but it was really, really cool. I actually saw a couple things I wanted. They had this set of Star Wars action figures that if I had room in my luggage, I probably would have bought that myself.
Yeah, see that's the problem.
We packed like.
Yeah, we pushed it to the limit. We pushed it to the limit.
Yeah.
Definitely pushed it to the limit.
Yes, but we had a great time,
yes,
and so. The next video you see is going to be us. We're going to be getting onto the boat, and we just want to let you know our first experiences on the Carnival Mardi Gras and our first station in Nassau, Bahamas. So look out for more videos to come. We're going to try to do them every other day. Try to put out a video every other day. Try to get everything put together for you guys to get as much information as possible, get as much of an idea of the experience as possible. So we really do appreciate it. We are on vacation, fam.
Yay!
Having a good time, and thank you guys so much. So people are reaching out, making sure we got here safely. We did get here safely, but our phones, about an hour after we got on the boat, phones stopped working.
Yeah, so we couldn't respond.
We couldn't respond to like text messages or anything like that. So, but you're seeing us now, so you know we're good, and we just really appreciate that. DJ got dropped off without too much of a problem for the DJ people out there. I'm going to show y'all a little bit of DJ running around that morning of, and we'll just come back in the second video. So until then, fam, we just want to remind you guys, goddamn, do something good for yourself.
And for others as well.
And for others as well, fam. We'll see you from Amber Cove.
Dominican Republic, right?
With Amber Cove. That's going to be the next one. We'll see you there, fam. Thank you very much.
Take me in your arms, do just what you want. You're the one I trust. I belong to you, and I'll always be around when I need some loving, baby. And I'll never let you down, let you down, let you down. I'm your song, and you're playing all my melodies. There's no one else, 'cause baby we got chemistry. Me feelings that I never knew. This heart of mine will always and forever belong to you. You and me were meant to be as one. The universe has known it all along. Maybe this is where our story starts.